All right, how's everyone doing? Today is Friday, December 27th, and today we're going to get into the Week 17 Sunday games. Now, we're getting into all the day games. This video excludes the Sunday night football game, which I'll get into in tomorrow's video. As always, we have these great partnerships with Betr, Vivid, Dabble, and Wanna Parlay. They're all offering you guys great deals, double deposits on Betr, Vivid, and Wanna, and then a free $25 over on Dabble. All you have to do is sign up using my code Bonfire. Again, all the apps use code Bonfire. You can get up to $725. There's a ton of different games on. We got NFL, obviously. We have bowl games today. If you saw on my Winnable over here, I posted 2 free plays for college football bowl games today. Today I posted Navy Moneyline. They already hit. It was just a pick 'em. So that already hit this morning. And then as of now, we have Vandy +3. They're up 14-10 at halftime right now, so we're looking good. So we're doing great there. And as always, too, I have free plays I give out on my Winnable. So go in there. Again, it's free. You'll get all my picks that I post on my socials directly to your phone. And if you also want my VIP picks, where I get into more spreads and totals, stuff like that, all you have to do, deposit $10 into one of these apps using my code Bonfire. Take a screenshot, send it over to my Instagram at RF-BONFIREJACK. Just send the screenshot showing the deposit as well as using my code, and then I'll hook you up with a free week of all my VIP picks. So we have 5 picks for today. So sit back, get comfy, and let's get into these games. So the first one we have over on Betr. We have James Cook more than 67 rushing yards, Mac Jones more than 211 passing yards, and then Mason Rudolph more than 10 rushing yards. Now, recently, the whole season, James Cook has played very well, ton of rushing yards. He was lower last week. However, I think he's going to play well. The Jets are really bad this year. I think the Bills get out to a very strong and commanding lead, and then they just rush the ball with Cook. They don't want to get Allen hurt before the season, so they don't want to take any unnecessary risk, especially against a bad Jets team. And the Chiefs already locked up the 1 seed. So really the Bills just want to make sure they get the 2 seed, so they're not going to do anything crazy. Next up with Mac, although he's not the best quarterback, their team is bad. The Jags are bad, so they throw the ball a ton. 211. He's actually played really well this season. He's hit this, I think, in 3 straight games. So I see him, easily clearing this again. It's similar to kind of or on the opposite side of the James Cook area, where they'll probably be down against Tennessee. This game's going to be pretty bad to watch. So this is, I like Mac Jones in the passing yards. And then Mason Rudolph is a very strong guy. He can run the ball decently well. So 10 rushing yards, it's 2 scrambles, again, in a game that's going to be pretty bad to watch. So a couple scrambles here or there, and he hits that easily. So I like this one a lot. Again, this one's over on the Betr app, where you can get a double deposit up to $200 just by using my code Bonfire. Next up, we're over on Vivid. And we have Jaden Daniels more than half a passing yard, which is great. Obviously, this play is boosted. So go get that over on Vivid. It starts, obviously, originally it was 227. Now it's just half a passing yard. Again, this is why I was talking about, I keep reiterating it, always have multiple fantasy apps and have multiple sports books. You can shop different lines, see how you want them. You can shop different lines throughout the week as well. And especially, too, a lot of them, they want to get people on there, so they're offering great promos. Different ones are doing different things, like Vivid often does it for passing yards, and then you'll see later in the video, Dabble's been doing it a ton recently, I've noticed, for anytime touchdown scores. So take advantage of all those, especially, too, holiday season. They know people are at home, people are watching the games, they're trying to get people on their app rather than their competitors. So take advantage of that. Next up, we have Michael Penix, more than 223. He had 202 last week. And that was in his season, career debut, first game. He played really well. Now he's going against a better Commanders team, but similar logic what I keep saying, I think Commanders are going to get out to a strong lead. They're going to throw the ball. Penix coming out of college was the most accurate quarterback. I thought Jaden was the best quarterback overall, but Penix is the most accurate, and I think he'll be able to hit this easily. He's already got one game under his belt. They had a big win, and they didn't have to throw the ball that much because they destroyed the Giants last week. And then next up, Brian Robinson Jr., anytime touchdown scorer, just to round out that pick. Again, over on Vivid, use code Bonfire, double deposit up to $250. Now, before I get into the next one, make sure you like and comment, or like and subscribe to stay up to date. I appreciate the support. And let me know in the comments what picks you like that I've posted on here, as well as different ones that you want to say. You're like, hey, I liked Penix Jr. here. However, I want to add in, sub out AJ Brown for the Brian Robinson Jr. I always kind of like to hear you guys' logic. That's why we have, again, Bettor Bonfire here. Free sports betting community. We talk about different plays all the time. It's free. People are just on there. We set it up so people could talk about different bets, especially, too, with March Madness coming up. It's a great place to try to figure out, what games are going on, bowl games, get different picks on there. So, yeah. So, check that out. Now, here, like I mentioned, we're over on the Dabble app, where they'll just give you $25 just for using my code Bonfire. That's it. You don't have to deposit any money. And you can use that to place this almost 13x anytime touchdown parlay. So we have AJ Brown, anytime touchdown, Xavier Legette, anytime touchdown, and then Devontae Adams. AJ's been playing really well recently, has a couple touchdowns. Rodgers has been pretty much pinpoint targeting Devontae in the past several games. And like I was talking about, James Cook passing or rushing the ball a ton, because they'll get out to an early lead. Rodgers will have to throw the ball a ton, so this will give Devontae a great opportunity for a touchdown. And Legette, he hasn't scored recently. However, with the Panthers playing better, I think he'll be able to get open, and they'll feed him the ball, and he'll be able to get a solid touchdown. And again, these are all boosted, and so it boosted all the way up to almost, like I said, almost 13x. So check that out. Use that. Use the free $25 that they give you when you use my code. And then if you also want a free week of my VIP, just deposit $5, and I got you. Staying on Dabble, we have Devon A-Chain, less than 60 rushing yards. He's actually hit this once in, I believe, his last 5 games. The Dolphins haven't been winning as much, so they've relied on Tua a lot. I think this game will be a lot closer in Cleveland than the spread suggests, which means they're going to be throwing the ball a lot and not rushing. Devon A-Chain gets a ton of fantasy points because of the touchdowns in the red zone that they give him, but he's not breaking out large, long runs. So him less on the rushing yards, I like a lot. On the opposite end, we got Aaron Jones, more than 64 rushing yards. I like that play a lot. It's going to be a tight game with Green Bay and Minnesota. So I think Minnesota will have to kind of run a balanced offense and see how that works. And then Brandon McManus, more than 7 kicking points. I've talked about this a lot. I love recently taking kicking points. I think it's a fun pick to take. He's, I believe, hit this 4 out of his past 5 games. I see this game being a shootout, this Green Bay at Minnesota game. So, a couple field goals, a couple extra points, he clears this easily. Or even 2, he kicks 2 long field goals, he gets that. Or actually, no, he needs, it's not fantasy points, it's kicking points, so he needs, 2 field goals and then 2 extra points, or 3 field goals, and he gets it. And now lastly, over on Wana. Wana is a really cool app because they allow you to work in spreads and totals as well as taking props. All you have to do is make sure that you use at least 2 different games, and that's how their app works for daily fantasy. So Aaron Rodgers over 220 yards. Again, they're going to be down against the Bills. I like this to go over. Alexander Madison under 45 rushing yards. The Raiders are terrible. He's, I think, only hit this once in the past 5 games. Don't think too much about this game. This game is going to be horrible. Honestly, the Sunday slate's tough, so you're going to need to bet to just get through the day. And then Carolina, Tampa. Baker Mayfield more than 245 passing yards. He's played great. I'm really happy the way he's played. I see this, clearing very easily. And again, over on Walnut, they're also offering up a double deposit up to $250 just for using my code Bonfire. Now again, to reiterate the plays that we have, we'll go back up, scroll back up. James Cook, more than 67 rushing yards, with Mac Jones, more than 211 passing yards, and Mason Rudolph, more than 10 rushing yards. This is over on Betr. We got the boosted play over on Vivid Picks. Jaden Daniels, more than half a passing yard. Michael Penix, more than 223 passing yards. And then Brian Robinson to round that out, anytime touchdown. Next up, we have 2 plays on Dabble. We have a 13x A.J. Brown anytime touchdown, Xavier Legette anytime touchdown, Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. Also on Dabble, we have a 6xer, Devon A. Chain, less than 60 rushing yards, Aaron Jones Sr., more than 64 rushing yards, and then Brandon McManus, more than 7.5 kicking points. And lastly, we have Aaron Rodgers over 220 yards, passing yards. We have Alexander Madison, less than 45 rushing yards, and Baker Mayfield, more than 245 yards. Reminder, we have all these plays. Check them out. Use my code Bonfire so you can get up to $725 in free plays. And I will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe.